Welcome back to the 5-Minute Football Fix. I'm Steven Miranda.
I'm Jeff Ellis, and it is Tuesday, the 26th of July, 2011.
Craziness in the NFL, Jeffrey.
Craziness? Oh, my. Stampede! Stampede! Yes, friends.
Well,
Is it going to stop?
It hasn't actually quite been a stampede, has it?
It's, relatively speaking, given how many players are out there, it's been a lot quieter than we expected. We have every single category of player movement available.
Yes.
We've got a list of all of the categories of players who could potentially be manipulated in the next few days. Most notably on this list is the unrestricted free agent list.
Yes, and on that list is Brett Favre.
Your Brett Favre's
See the jersey?
and your defense is in trouble. Aren't you going to
Hey
say,
now, my Brett Favre's back.
Okay, and the unrestricted free agents, 470 players on that list.
That's a lot
That's
of
a
players.
lot of players, and this is why we're fully expecting the stampede. So, Steven, if you could take us through this. The restricted free agents here, what are those?
Those means that the team, they haven't quite met all of their years of service for the league, so they're restricted, meaning that the team who has them right now has a chance to sign them first before any other clubs get a stab at them.
Then we got the franchise players.
Franchise players, basically the team has tagged that player, and they can only do one per club. Tagged him as the franchise player. That means he is our guy. We are going to work to sign him to a big long-term contract. We don't want him going anywhere. He's going to stay here. If we can't sign him to a long-term contract, we'll sign him to a one-year contract, but he has to stay with us.
Okay, next to transition players.
Well,
we don't have any.
There's none this year. So this year, we're not going to tell you what it's.
Oh, there you go. Let's go on.
Basically,
we're busy.
Okay,
we only got 5 minutes.
It's similar to franchise, except you don't get as much compensation.
Okay, negotiated right of first refusal. Faster.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So first refusal, basically, that means that a team can match any offer that the player gets from anywhere else. They get to refuse whether they want.
Unrestricted free agent.
Unrestricted free agent means this guy has completed the minimum amount of years of service in the league. He can go anywhere, and the team who has him right now can't do anything about it.
4 years or less, no qualifying offer.
That means that person has not yet qualified to become an unrestricted free agent, and but the teams aren't really sure whether they want to keep him or not. So he has the chance to kind of like test the market. But the team that owns him right now has the right to keep him.
I hope it's all clear. If it's not, just replay the video. It'll all become very clear.
Over and over again.
Next, Bengals owner Mike Brown.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, Mike
Brown.
He says goodbye to Carson Palmer. Farewell, old friend. It's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, basically, Carson Palmer has given the ultimatum. Trade me or I'm retired. Well, guess what? Mike Brown is saying, I'm playing hardball. We're not trading you. And what was the quote?
Well, here's the thing, and this infuriated me. Cincinnati Enquirer this morning reporting this, that Mike Brown has not changed his position on trading Carson Palmer at all.
Not going to do it.
He says, quote, Carson signed a contract. He made a commitment. He gave us his word. We expect him to perform here. If he's going to walk away from his commitment, we are not going to reward him for doing it. Now, here's the thing, Steven. This brings out a huge rant in me. It would be one thing if contracts were like the rest of us understand contracts, where you sign something and then guess what? It's legally binding.
Firm.
Here's the deal with NFL contracts. They're ethereal. They're mysterious. There's lots of things that can get you out of a contract. For instance, you get hurt.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If it's not a guaranteed contract, which is not in the NFL, then it's not a guaranteed contract. And if Carson decides that he wants to hang it up, is he really walking away from a contract or is he walking away? I call these things employment plans more than contracts in the NFL.
It's just a plan. Basically, Mr. Brown, if you're not going to trade him, you're doing your team a disservice because, one, he's not going to play for you anyways. If you don't trade him, he is going to retire and not play for you. Why not trade him and get value for the quarterback?
Bupkis. finally today. We're running out of time, but
Yes,
Nick
we are.
Barnett
Oh, yes.
is out on Twitter, baby.
Big Mufasa, he calls himself,
Big
said
Mufasa.
via Twitter that Ted Thompson basically informed him, we're going to try and trade you, and if we can't do that, we're releasing you. And Nick tweeted, just met with Ted. Thanks for the great 8 years. Very blessed to be a part of such a great tradition and great fans. And then he followed it up with, happy I was able to be here for the great 45 run. I will always keep a special place in my heart for this team and city. Other players, Jeffrey, that have been let know of their imminent release: Patriots linebacker Tully Banta-Cain, Cowboys guard Leonard Davis, Cardinals linebacker Gerald Hayes, and Giants guard Rich Seubert. And Mufasa,
Stampede is on.
find another jungle to roam in, baby.
Oh.
See you later in Green Bay. That's all the time we have. I'm Steven Miranda.
And I'm Jeff Ellis.
For your 5-minute football fix.